Hello guys, welcome back to Last Moment Tuitions. I am Dhruvi and today we'll be learning about dependence of IO on temperature. Now what is IO? That is reverse saturation current. We have studied about this equation in the previous videos, right? So now what happens when it is related with temperature? So we have this formula, that is I naught is equals to K into T raised to M into E raised to minus VGO upon eta Vt. Now we'll see the description of each of the parameters that is being used into the equation. So K is a constant which is independent of temperature. So K is a constant that is independent of temperature. Okay. M is also a constant. So M is also a constant and the value is fixed. Right? Just the way we had for eta. Here also the value of M is fixed. Okay. So M is equals to 2 for germanium and 1.5 for silicon. Okay. So whenever we are considering germanium, we'll substitute M is equals to 2 and for silicon, we'll substitute it as 1.5. Okay. Now next is VGO. VGO is called as the forbidden energy gap. Now this also is fixed. Okay. So VGO is equals to 0.785 volts for germanium and 1.21 volt for silicon. Okay. Eta we have already studied and Vt also we have already studied. Right. Also there is one more equation, that is IO1 is equals to 1.07 raised to delta T IO2. Now what is this IO1 and IO2? IO1 is reverse saturation current at temperature T1. Okay. And IO2 is reverse saturation current at temperature T2. Now what do you mean by delta T? Change in the temperature. So mod of T2 minus T1 is delta T. Okay. So this is the small introduction to the formulas that we need to know while calculating the numerical values. Okay. So now what can we conclude from here is, first thing is that the reverse saturation current for silicon diode is lower than that for the germanium. So what we can say is, conclusion, the reverse saturation current, that is IO, for silicon diode is lower than that for the germanium diode. Okay. This is the first conclusion that we can make. And the second is, this reverse saturation current, it always increases at the rate of 7% for every 1 degree rise in temperature. So 1 degree temperature बढ़ने पे 7 degree it changes, it increases the reverse saturation current. Okay. Or in other words, we can also say that IO doubles its value for every 10 degree rise in temperature. Okay. So every 10 degree जितना वो बढ़ेगा, IO का value कितना हो जाएगा, अपना double हो जाएगा. Right. So the two main conclusion point, again I am repeating, is the reverse saturation current for silicon diode is lower than that for the germanium diode, and that the reverse saturation current increases at the rate of 7% for every 1 degree rise in temperature, or we can alternatively say that IO doubles, okay, IO doubles for every 10 degree rise in temperature. Now let us move on to the numerical. So let us first write the equation that we just studied. Okay. So writing down the equation, we have this particular equation, that is I naught is equals to K into T raised to M E raised to minus VGO upon eta into Vt. Okay. So now we'll have to substitute all the values and calculate the final answer. Right. So what we have in the question is the reverse saturation current of a silicon diode. So we have been given the silicon diode is 10 nanoamperes. Okay. So we have been given the value as 10 nanoamperes, that is 10 into 10 raised to minus 9 amperes. Okay. Temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. Okay. Temperature that comes out to be 300 Kelvin. Right. calculate its value if the temperature is increased to 87 degrees Celsius. So what will be its value if the temperature is increased to 87 degrees Celsius? So the value of IO later on, right? So first we'll calculate the value of Vt, right? We all know that Vt is equals to T upon 11,600, okay? So this is equals to T, the value of T is 300 upon 11,600, which comes out to be 25.86 millivolts, okay? So also we know that the value of eta is equals to 2 for silicon and the value of M is equals to 1.5 for silicon, right? So we'll substitute that accordingly. And the value of VGO also mentioned was 1.21 volts for silicon value. See, refer this, correct? So now we'll substitute the values into the equation. So IO is given to us as 10 nanoamperes. So 10 nanoamperes is equals to, now the value of K is unknown to us. Temperature is 300 raised to 1.5 into E raised to minus 1.21 upon eta is 2 into the value of Vt is 25.86 millivolts. You can also consider 26 millivolts, but this would give a proper appropriate answer. Okay. So on calculation, we get the value of K is equals to 0.02779. Okay. So the value of K is 0.02779. Now for 87 degrees Celsius, the first thing is to convert it into Kelvin. So that comes out to be 360 Kelvin. So now Vt will be T upon 11,600, right? So temperature is now 360. So the value of Vt is coming out to be 31 millivolts. Okay. So now we know that we need to calculate for 360 Kelvin, right? Or you can say 87 degrees Celsius. So this is equals to, again writing into the formula, that is 1. The value of K as we studied was independent of temperature. So that will be 0.02779 into T is now 360 raised to, this value will remain the same as we are still considering the silicon diode, into E raised to minus 1.21 upon 2 into, now this will change Vt, that is 31 into 10 raised to minus 3. So on calculation, we get the value of I0 is equals to 634.73 nanoampere. And this is how we have calculated the value that was required at 87 degrees Celsius. Hope you guys have understood this. For any queries, you can write to us in the comment section below. Please do share it with your friends. Meet you in the next video. Bye-bye.